Go.
Hi everybody, I know you're going to be wondering, oh, that woman's on the telly again. I, I know that you'll be wondering. What I'm going to do is quickly is I'm going to share out and try and get people in. Oh, we are live here, that's fine. You've got to say, that doesn't look like Richard beside Louise. Richard will be on and off, coming in and out. But tonight I'm joined with Lynn. So Lynn, how are you doing, my love?
Oh, fantastic, actually.
Oh, very good. I like to hear this. Um,
It's October and it's wind up really, isn't it, for the witchy season?
the
This
witchy
is
season.
what we want, yes.
It's the Halloween season. Totally. I love this month. I absolutely love this month. See, as soon as this month comes, I am so hyperactive.
Yeah.
Hyperactive because I'm like, oh my god, like it's Halloween.
Yeah,
Everybody, let's go.
I know.
Um,
It's great, isn't it?
do you know what? It's so funny because people will say to me, I've never seen you so excited for a month. I say that right, there's two people in the chat. Can you say hello so that I know that you can hear me? Please.
Hello.
Um
Say hello.
I I know it's that gobshite again myself that's on the telly. I've never had that there.
Oh, Shane. Hiya,
Oh,
lovely.
it's my hey beautiful. Oh,
Oh,
see when Shane comes up, he just melts my heart all the time. All the
lovely.
time.
Lovely.
So everybody, obviously tonight we have got a new show and it's called Film Buffoon Banter. Now I will tell you a wee bit about it, guys. What we'll be doing is sitting having banter, a chat, and talking about films. Now I love my films. I'm not going to lie. I do love my films. So I put this together because there's a lot of people out there too that love their movies. So I thought tonight, guys, because it's October, we are going to have Halloween month. Well, actually, Richard wants to have 2 months of Halloween, which I'm not complaining about because I am a great Halloween fan. I just think November, really. But do you know what, guys? We'll do the same when it comes to Christmas. We will have Christmas month in movies. So tonight, guys, it'll just be a wee range of movies. We'll be talking about things like, you know, the old movies, and some witchy movies because obviously, like as Lynn says, it's witchy season. So I'll let Lynn begin.
Right, now, as you know, I don't have a television. Right? I don't.
Right.
So I haven't watched anything for a long, long time. So if I do see anything, it's normally at somebody else's house or whatever. But I was looking on YouTube and all these films came up. And do you know what? I thought, what a fantastic selection. So all these people are giving their opinions on different witchy season films.
Yeah.
And there's some really good old ones. Right. So I think the oldest one that I remember, well, there's two actually. In fact, they're both the same year. So we'll start off with the Witchfinder General, Vincent Price.
Ooh.
Black and white. I think it was black and white. But everything was black and white then in them days, and everything was black and white. But yeah, so it was all about this guy who lived in the village. He was brought in,
Yep.
and it was the time of when all witches. What's that?
Shane says, when you start doing new horror movies, I will bother you in the lives. Oh, will you? I dare you.
Yeah. So it was about the time when they had the Witchfinder General in 1700s, that round about that time,
Yeah,
1700s. Now, because it was a big thing in medieval times, people used to get fed up with the wives or the mother-in-laws opening the mouths, answering them
yeah,
back, coming out of their place, as it was
yeah,
called. Women never had a say. They couldn't say anything. So what was happening was they were being reported
yeah,
to like the boss of the village, and he'd get the
yeah.
Witchfinder General, and they were being persecuted. But they used to set them up because the Witchfinder General was getting paid for everybody he had killed.
Oh,
His name, actually, because I was watching this before, Matthew Hopkins, he was.
uh,
Now, I done a talk on Pendle Witches, a big talk, which I'll do again at some point. And I did touch on the actual Witchfinder General.
yeah,
And a little bit of it here was his name was Matthew Hopkins.
yeah.
He was born in 1620 and he died on the 12th of the 8th, 1647. So he
Oh,
wasn't,
wow.
yeah, he wasn't old. And he was the English witch hunter. And his career flourished during the English Civil War.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of backstabbing, a bit like our Civil War at the moment that started,
yeah.
but he's snitching on everybody. And his career began in March 1644 and lasted until his retirement 2 years later. He and his associates were responsible for more people being hanged for witchcraft than in the previous 100 years. He
Yeah.
was responsible for executions of over 100 alleged witches between them 2 years. He and his sidekick, John Stern, sent more accused people to the gallows than all the other witch hunters in England of the previous 160 years.
Oh,
So
God.
that's all that is really the back set of the Witchfinder General with
Yeah,
Vincent Price. It's all about oppression, about how women were treated, and yet I always go back to people didn't or couldn't afford doctors.
yeah,
Everybody who had a little cottage or a farm, anything like that, they always grew natural herbs outside, and because they never had a doctor, they'd use them to make themselves better.
yeah,
You'd try anything. If you were ill, you would try it.
yeah,
So that
definitely.
was what was going on. So if somebody was jealous of these people, or they didn't like the husbands going to see them because they suspected something else, they get
Yeah.
snitched on. They get snitched on, and then the husbands would get rid of the wives because
Oh,
they were getting
God's sake.
snitched. Yeah, and it was just one of them. Good evening, Jenny. How are you tonight?
Hey, Craig.
Great.
Hey, Jenny. Thank you very much. Um,
So I
so
think
what?
that's a really interesting film, Lo. It really is. And I do put that forward for anybody can sit through the black and white film, really old
Yeah,
fashioned one, well
yeah,
worth it for this Halloween season. Well worth going because it's a like a bullyish. It winds you up. It'll
yeah,
wind you up inside, and you'll just want it to stop.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree. I love the old black and white movies. I watched recently, and people are going to be like, Jesus, it's took you a long time. But recently, I watched the Haunted House on the Hill,
Oh, I've got
and that
that.
was
Yeah.
and that was the very first time that I had seen it, and I found it very, I don't know, it was dead like weird, but I did enjoy it, but I definitely, it's one of the films that I think I'd watch once and like kind of watch again sort of things. Hey
Yeah.
Robert, hey Nicola, how you doing? Welcome to the show. I know yous will be like, what's that gobshite doing back on the telly?
So
Um,
this film you've seen, what was it called again? The House.
the House on Haunted Hill.
Tell me what it was about if it's the same one I've seen.
It's basically the 1959 version. Obviously, Bridget. It's about a millionaire along with his fourth wife Annabelle. They have this house, and what they do is they bring people up to stay. Funny enough, it's a Vincent Price movie.
Yeah.
Basically, it is a millionaire who invites 5 people into a haunted house party. Whoever stays for one night will earn $10,000. Hey, Noreen, baby, I knew you would come in at some point. Um,
Noreen!
as obviously the night progresses, the guests are trapped within the house with different terrors. You see a woman who um, comes like as who comes in and it's all dead weird. Love black and white movies. It's a good film that low. Um, but yeah, the I suppose really when you look at it, you think to yourself, how's it going to go? But among them, right, you've got a newspaper columnist, you've got a test pilot, you've got a doctor, and obviously the couple who invited them have got quite a tense relationship. Like the gentleman is convinced that Annabelle's trying to, and people, when I'm saying Annabelle, I'm not talking about Annabelle the doll. Um, the, that is trying to poison them. But it's really really dead good. It's quite one of those ones that get inside your head.
Yes.
And there has been remakes which I haven't seen. There was supposed to be a remake that is actually a remake from 1999.
Yeah.
And then you've got 2007. There was a return to the House on Haunted Hill. But the 1999 film got negative reviews, but was a box office success.
Was that the one
Um,
with Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I think so. I could be wrong. But Vincent Price, I've got to admit, I love him as an actor and as a black and white actor.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. And he was actually quite a good looking man. But obviously the house itself was filmed in California. And it was built in 1924. Hi Jana, how you doing, love? Welcome to the show. So it was built in 1924. The bulk of the film was actually shot on sound stages, um, including the interior of the house and the styles, including the 1890s Victorian with gas chandeliers.
Yes.
The poster for the film included an illusion of the house and yet a third style. So the house was really, really, I thought was, well, you can't really see the colours because it's a black and white movie, but the house was lovely, my personal opinion. But I think what I found dead fucked up was when obviously at the very end, when with the acid, and she thought was in the acid, but it turned out he wasn't, and he pushed her into the acid and shut the door.
Yeah.
So I thought it was one of the movies I definitely liked, but I don't know, I just found it a bit nah. But I'll tell you what one I really, really do love. Right, no problem. I'll tell you what one I do love, and it's one of those ones. It was my first ever horror movie. Hey William. it was my first ever horror movie, and it was banned. It was banned because of the quality. Hiya, Terry.
Hiya,
Hiya,
Terry.
Willie.
He lives next door. He's in the next room here.
Oh, well, hi, Terry. My first ever horror movie was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, it caused an outrage, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
banned in 20 countries
Mm.
because of the content. It was in 1974, and it was actually an independent horror, American independent horror, and it was directed by Tobe Hooper, who co-wrote it with Kim Henkel. Now, basically, the plot follows a group of friends who fall victim to a family of cannibals. That's the way I describe it, is cannibals, because they do eat them. Um,
I don't know what I'm laughing for. It's not funny.
do, do, do you know what? I watched it at a very young age, and I was terrified after it because I thought the man was coming out the telly.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I always liked it. And even when I watched it when I grew up, and obviously I watched it 2003, because there's so many sequels to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There
Now,
is, yeah.
I've watched the other ones, but I didn't quite like them. My only favourites are the 1974, the 2003, and the beginning, when it tells the story way back at the beginning of how Leatherface ended up with the family,
Yeah.
um, which I would recommend MD to watch, by the way, guys. Now, it was based on Ed Gein. For MD who doesn't know who Ed Gein is, which everybody will probably know who Ed Gein is. Ed Gein
Yeah.
was, now, everybody says he's a serial killer. I don't see him as a serial killer, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because it was only, if you include the people in the graveyard, he didn't really kill them. He just stripped them of their skin. He made skin of, you know, everything in Ed Gein's house was made of skin. You know, he even wanted skin for his face and
Oof.
everything.
Ugh.
I did watch a documentary, and it was very, very, let's just say it was very informative.
Yeah.
And it described how sick
His
the police
mind
were.
was. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So then, obviously, they created the character Leatherface. Everybody knows the story of, obviously, they're cannibals, but Leatherface has a sort of strange face, so he's always fascinated when he kills MD who enters his house. He always skins them, but he's fascinated with the face. And
Yeah.
he shows it in 2003 version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You actually see him. Now, it cuts it out, and depending on where you watch it, it cuts out the bit where he's actually sitting down and he's actually sewing his face. Um, he he's actually, like, honestly sewing his face right round. Um, so I love that film. But if Hooper actually, most films are put millions into, absolutely millions.
Yeah.
But Hooper actually produced this film for less than $140,000.
Wow.
And he actually used unknown actors, mainly from the central of Texas, where the film was shot. So it definitely was, but to have it obviously banned and then released, because obviously you know what it was like back then. You had to stay in the lines of what can you produce, um, but it was, as I said, it was produced in October, sorry, 1st, 1974, which I think's a good month. You want to release a film in October? Carry on. Um, Almost a year after filming concluded, um, see, because the false marketing, was down as a true story, I think that's what caused the most trouble.
Yeah,
Because people believed this had actually happened.
yeah.
And this was a real
Psychological.
story. Yep.
It's like having a mass psychological problem on your hand, isn't it? Where people go hysterical.
Oh god, yeah. Do you know what? There's a lot of films, guys, we'll talk about in the horror genre, and some that you'll come across that were banned because of the nature. Things like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Clockwork Orange, the Cannibal Holocaust, which, believe me, I wished I hadn't watched that film now, because of how graphical it actually was.
Yeah,
Janet says, House on the Haunted Hill, my favourite movie, and The Night of the Living Dead. Do you know, I've only watched recently The Night of the Living Dead, the original version, and I watched a good part of it, and I actually thought, oh wow, some of these films are quite. I can see back why in the day. But I'll pass it back to you, Lynn. What other movie would you say is
it's good.
Halloween?
Yeah. Well, apart from the House on the
Right.
Haunted Hill, do you know what? I watched that. I watched that in the 70s,
Yeah,
and I tell you what, it did have a bit of a frightening effect on me. And what stuck in my head for years and years and years, and I think people who are watching this now will agree with this,
yeah,
it was when they were in the bedroom, or she was in the bedroom, and then somebody was in the other side of the bedroom. You used
yeah,
to walk through doors.
yeah.
It the banging. It was the spirits banging on the door. Do you remember that? It was the
Mhm.
banging and the echoing.
Yeah,
And right at the end of the film, you had they were going up. That woman was so scared, she went hysterical, and she went
yeah,
into the conservatory, the orangery, I'd call it. She
yeah,
went into the orangery, up those spiral staircases. Remember them? Right to
yeah.
the top. So when they reproduced the film with Catherine Zeta-Jones in it, um, that was I was thought, oh, you're not going to beat the original one, but I think
Uh-huh.
in a way they did. It never had that creepy effect with the black and white, but it did have its own psychological fears because they did reproduce that banging on the wall, and
Yeah.
they did reproduce the going up the spiral staircase. But what impressed me the most, and I thought it was absolutely amazing, is when they done the spirit child coming through the net
Yeah.
curtains and just going amazing. I thought
Yep.
that was fantastic. Right,
Oh,
another really good film. I know I'm going to bore you everybody because I like old films, right? But Rosemary's Baby.
do you know that's one film that I have not seen, but I've heard extremely a lot about.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. So 1968 that was made, and I think I watched that about 1974.
Wow.
Because of what they used to do when years ago, you'd go to see a film in the pictures or the
Yeah.
cinema, as people know it now. We call it
Tasty Fred.
the pictures or the flicks. We call it. It's called.
Uh-huh.
So people used to watch them. It used to be something like 4 or 5 years after
Yeah.
before it came on television. You wasn't allowed to. It was like they left it so long before you could
Yeah.
actually view it on television. And of course, we only had a black and white television anyway, so it wouldn't matter if it was in colour because we could only see it in black and white anyway.
Yeah. Believe me, I have seen black and white.
Yeah, but when you watch that, you'll have to watch it. And when you actually look at that, Noreen, she loves the old films, loved that. And I was in the
She loved the
attic.
old films, loved and the flowers in the attic.
Yeah,
Janet wanted to see it, and Shane says, "Hey, I know that one, Lynn."
yeah, yeah. So that Rosemary's Baby, it's seriously psychological.
I love psychological because it really
Psychological,
gets in
yeah.
your mind.
And she thought that their neighbours was going to try and get her husband to steal the baby for them, but it wasn't. It was for the devil.
Oh,
I mean, if you had a baby then, in them days, it was quite difficult. I mean, 74, 3 years after that, I had my first baby.
wow.
Yeah. And I didn't forget about things like that. And it used to worry me a lot because, you know, people used to say things, oh, if you watch these things, just check your children. I checked him for 3 6s on his flaming head. I did.
It's amazing the amount of psychological ones that really do get inside your head. And that's what I love the most. And these are the best films because they make you think, and then you start to question. You're kind of like, oh, Janet, that's the one that I'm just going to speak about. Actually, you must be a mind reader.
Yeah, love Psycho, love it. I used to do all of that. I studied all of them in school.
Well,
Amazing.
I'll tell you, I love Psycho, and I'll tell you exactly why I love Psycho. I love the 1961, but I like the 1998 too. No, I don't like Vince Vaughn. I don't know why. I'm not too keen in his movies. I think there's only two movies that I like: the remake of Psycho and what do you call it, Dodgeball? Because
Oh,
I find that absolutely hilarious. Right? I honestly believe. Oh, it makes me laugh. It's Ben Stiller that always makes me laugh.
he's hysterical, he is.
Oh, honestly. So Psycho, 1960 American horror film, produced and directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Now,
That's it.
Alfred
Yeah,
Hitchcock was amazing. His films were good,
wasn't he?
really, really good. And it was based on the actual 1959 novel of the same name by Robert Bloch. Now, the plot centres on an encounter between an on the run woman who steals money off a guy in her job, and obviously Norman Bates. Now everybody knows Norman Bates uh, was a psycho, as the name suggests, because obviously his disturbed mother. Now I watched this film years ago again when I shouldn't have when I was very, very young, guys, because there used to be a channel, I don't know if it's still there, called Film 4. And it was talking about obviously what,
Sorry. Get
no,
excited.
you're all right. Janet, I think you're being sidekick the night in picking up
Janet,
her films.
yeah. Janet, have you been to my house looking in my cupboard, love? Because everyone that
Uh,
you're going out with there, that's downstairs. I've
I
got
know.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I've got all of them. Yeah.
So Norman Bates and his disturbed mother. Now, I liked Psycho for this, right? It built it up. It really, really built it up, and you did believe that the mother was alive. Um, and I can always remember the house and how creepy it was. Um, because obviously when she arrives, it's what I call Blair Witch weather, the rain. So it's raining. She arrives. He goes and gets her something to eat. The shot of the house, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, if I pulled into that motel and I seen the house, I think I'd be back in my car and going. Um, if if I could if I could drive. Now, Psycho is considered one of Hitchcock's best films, and the most famous and influential work. It's been hailed as a major work of art
Yeah.
by international film critics.
Not surprised.
Now, it's based on a woman who is a real estate secretary. She steals $40,000. Lucky I didn't say pounds. Um, it's like, see, when you're obviously doing American films, I always remember I need to say dollars and no pounds. From her employee. Now, she done it to help her boyfriend, obviously to pay his debts and so that she could marry him. So she runs off. Um, and now a heavy rainstorm obviously forces her to go into the Bates motel. Um, and he seems dead nice at first. Dead nice, dead quiet. You know, I think he's like the dead nervous type. Again, when he goes up to obviously the house and everybody sees the house and he gets the food and he brings it back down, um, he's still quite very nervous. And I actually believed it was a mother that killed her at first when she goes into the shower. And I'll tell you, I was scared to go for a shower for a month. So you pull the shower curtain over, and obviously you see the long hair and things like that. So she's getting stabbed. Sorry, guys, I will warn you, this show will be quite graphical. So I do apologise. Um, but yeah, so he stabs her to death, right? And then obviously he comes back and he cleans it and he blames his mother. Um, so he rushes back and he finds her dead and he's cleaning up, and puts everything, including the $40,000, into the car and into the swamp where the vehicle actually sinks. And obviously he goes back up. But what I like the most about it is, so the sister gets a private investigator, and obviously the investigator goes into the house to search the house, and see when you see the mother, and the mother is a actual skeleton, like decomposed and everything. Oh my god! I was like, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know how I would feel. And do you know what? It's more common than you think. Um,
Some people, this is true,
mhm,
who are really, how can I say, disturbed by the death of the loved one.
uh-huh,
They keep them at home, they just leave them there. They won't. There's some guy in Plymouth years ago, I think it was in
aye.
the 90s. He wouldn't let his wife get buried. He wanted to keep her there, and he kept her in the window in the front room
Oh my god.
till the neighbours complained. It's true, that is, yeah. Look it up.
Do you know what I find the most disturbing about this film, though? And the most disturbing about Norman Bates? So obviously at the police station, right, the psychiatrist explains that Norman killed his mother out of killed his mother and her lover out of jealousy. Um, and obviously he stole his mum's corpse and he treated like she was alive. Then obviously he created a personality
Yeah.
where he was her. Um, but oh my god, it's the very ending when you see him and he starts to smile,
Yes.
and I'm like,
Exactly.
do you know what the Anthony Perkins who played Norman Bates? Honest to God, I think he was great. I think he was amazing.
He played
Um,
right down to psychopath. He played that right down to the detail, because they do take on different personalities. All this thing you were saying before about the sewing of the face,
the best,
the
aye,
skin, it's all about sexual contentment and gratification
yeah,
and contentment.
yeah,
It's control. It's about control.
yeah.
So
I
scary that is.
see when you read right? You will read. A lot of these actors who play people like this take it seriously, really, really seriously. And the one that always sticks out in my head, apart from Anthony Perkins, is God love his soul, is Heath Ledger when he played the
Yeah,
Joker.
yeah, he played that well, didn't he?
And he got, do you know what? I don't think there'll ever be a Joker like Heath Ledger
Yeah,
because he was really, really good. And that was my most favourite one. Was obviously the Joker. Rosemary's Baby, a classic.
yes.
Um, what? So back to you, Lan. What?
Factory is like ping pong, isn't it?
I know it's like da 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 da.
Right. So, what did you think of? I've got a few on here. Oh, can't beat this, guys. The Witches of Eastwick.
That's a good film. That is a good film.
It was a comedy. It was serious.
Yeah.
It was scary. It was sexual. It was everything. I thought that was an amazing film. I wanted
That's
to float up with them. I wanted to go up in the air. I wanted to be all that. Didn't
yeah.
work. Didn't happen.
Listen, we've all looked at a film and think, oh my god, I wished I was doing that. And that's the one with Jack Nicholson and Cher.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon, wasn't it? And who was the other one? I can't think of the other one is now. But yeah,
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah. Very,
Yeah.
very, very good film that.
William says, Hellraiser, don't
Well,
watch that film in a full stomach.
oh, do you know what, William? I can't stand that film. I don't like that. Um,
Oh,
the
you're thinking,
the fat man. He comes out with like this, and
oh my
the
god,
ones with the sticks. What was his name? With all the sticks on his head.
Hellraiser.
Because I couldn't stand the colour of his eyes. They were black.
Oh, we'll come to that. Since you brought that up, William, we'll come to that next, right?
And who was it that said about flowers in the attic? Oh my god. Yeah. Noreen. Do you know what?
Noreen.
Do you know what, Noreen? I watched that film. I think it was in the 80s. I watched that. I
Yeah.
broke my heart. I absolutely was devastated over that film.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastated. And I tell you the other one that devastated me as well, round about the same time and kind of the same sort of thing.
Don't tell me it was Bambi.
No, who will love my Noreen will know it's Who Will Love My Children.
I've heard of that one, but never actually seen it.
I still cry now. It's like 30
Oh,
years.
hey,
Timmy!
William, they will tear your soul apart. Yeah, I believe that one, William.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Hellraiser. Sorry, Lynn. So you're still doing yours?
Yeah, so that Flowers in the Attic, those poor kids. Talk about
I've
an
never seen it. Never seen it at all.
evil woman. That evil woman. Oh my good God. No, absolutely. I can't watch them. I mean, they're not the most scariest thing on the planet, but it's the psychological bullying bit.
Yeah.
That's what got me on them. It really did. It's like when I watch Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, do you know what? That is an absolutely amazing film. We will talk about this, guys, soon because I absolutely love The Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, do you know something? Amazing. Amazing. No one could pick, do you know, no one could pull off Hannibal Lecter
No,
like
yeah,
Anthony Hopkins.
exactly.
And,
And yeah, he's a great man. And he's Welsh.
oh, I didn't
And
know
he's
he was
Welsh.
Welsh.
Yeah. Oh, he's amazing. Do you know what? I used to follow him on Facebook. and he'd come on Facebook and he'd play the piano and sing.
Oh,
And
you know,
he films himself at home doing all these things or reciting poetry. Or
do you know who I follow in TikTok? And like Anthony Hopkins, they sit and they talk. Sylvester Stallone.
I do.
I love him. Eh, William says practical. Oh, hey, things.
Hi.
Practical magic, says William. Hey, ladies. But yeah,
I
I.
don't know whether I've seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to try and get round to seeing the ones that I haven't seen while I can.
Yeah, I thought, do you know what? I think I'm going to do the same because there's a lot of ones that mentioned tonight that I've not actually ever seen. But talking about Hellraiser,
Yeah.
Hellraiser 1987, the year before I was born. That was a British supernatural horror by Clive Barker. Clive Barker was good. In fact, that was actually his debut in the film world, was Hellraiser. Just a wee fact there. It was based on Barker's 1986 novel, The Hellbound Heart. Why is Willow joined? Oh, there, it's Mary. You've come in as well. You've come in as Willow as well. It's all right. I was getting confused. I was beginning to think the tablet was doing funny shit. Um, so obviously, Hellraiser, guys, how graphical is it with the wee mystical like puzzle
Oh,
box
yeah.
that summons uh like basically sadistic things, and they can't differentiate between pain and pleasure.
Yeah,
I've
that's
watched it.
oh.
I've watched it myself. And in Morocco, one of the characters, Frank, he buys a puzzle box, said to open obviously the door to another realm, and he solves the puzzle obviously, and obviously gets hooked up by the chains, and it's
Oh, yeah. Oh, the
tearing them
chain.
apart. Um,
Horrible.
so his brother moves in. He wants to rebuild his relationship. Unaware that his brother Frank had an affair with the wife. Before her marriage to Larry. When Larry accidentally cuts his hand, the blood actually drops on the attic floor, and it actually brings Frank back to life. So you know what it's like. You've got to go out and kill people, and bring them back, and obviously the skin and everything. But I don't know. I wasn't too keen on Hellraiser. It wasn't a film that I could sit and watch.
No, I
The
didn't like
first
it.
one, but you've got other ones of Hellraiser as well.
Yeah.
Nicholas is. I love that film. Like cry every time.
Yeah.
Um, Dog Soldiers was made in Scotland. I didn't know that, William. It. And Nori says it.
It's, yeah.
Well, Pennywise. I was thinking there it, and then I realised Pennywise. Mary,
Yeah.
what about you, darling? What films can you remember for the old Halloween horror station?
Halloween horror. Oh my God, that's a long time ago. Uh, I have to be honest. I don't watch those kind of horror movies. If that's blood and gore and slashing, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I don't like it. My daughter watched it all the time, like
Uh,
Saw and
yeah.
Train and oh, Meat
I don't
Train.
like Saw. I think it's vile.
Do
No,
you
but
know what, guys? I absolutely love Saw, and I'll tell you why. Tell you why. It's a good film. See if you're studying things like criminology and things like that. It's a good film to use as a film to break down. Now, people obviously, when it comes to Saw, they kind of have the opinion, oh, it's just a serial killer, right?
Yeah.
But the way that I see it is dead different. I see it as, do you know what, guys? They had a choice, live or die. And
Yeah.
I've got to admit, right, that Tobin Bell, he's 83, and I would marry him myself.
Like flogging
That,
a dead horse.
listen, we were laughing about it.
But there
Me and
again, there might be snow on the roof, but there's always a roaring fire downstairs, isn't there?
listen. Let me tell you something, Lynn. 1 foot in the grave, love. 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah. What
Eh,
about Bad Santa? That's
Oh.
a kind of horror.
uh,
Yeah. I
um,
think he's eating children, if I
uh,
remember correct. Yeah. First Child, Mary has another movie on or other program I zap. Friday the 13th. I've
Oh, do you
seen
know Friday the 13th makes me laugh because Lynn does a good impression of Friday the 13th. Because when I spoke about Friday the 13th,
yeah.
when I was talking, guys, before I was organising, obviously this show. Now, this show's been in the making for a good long time, and I've been talking about it to Lynn and that. And when Lynn said about Friday the 13th, oh, our impression was fucking hilarious. Do your impression, it's
Right.
great fun.
I can't watch it. I can't take it serious whatsoever. So all I can hear, it's like everything else has been blacked out. All I can hear on that film is and I can sit there eating sweets, scoffing my face, laughing my head off at that because it's just so funny.
Yeah. Noreen says Friday the 13th, 28 days later. I will get to those films. Janet says I do love Jason. William says,
Yeah.
but my favourite film is probably The Ninth Gate, starring Johnny Depp. And Shane says Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and Halloween are my favourites. Well, I'll tell you what, sweetheart. If you've got a Tuesday free and want to sit with me, we could talk about any of the films. If you've got a day free, just you and me.
Did anybody ever see the film The Last House on the Left?
I did, but
Oh, I don't remember. I've seen so many movies.
if I get that right, it's a mother and father who gets revenge on the killer because they raped the daughter.
Yeah.
Aye, I've seen it, but I didn't see the old version of it. I seen the new version of it.
Yeah, I've seen the old version. It was quite scary.
Nightmare
for me. Yeah.
Oh, so you that what you think about me, Mr. Shane? Okay, then I don't love you anymore. And he says, Angie, you're nice to Lynn, you dick. Hiya, Joanne, love, how are you? There will be a murder, let me tell you. The Conjuring.
I like that. I like
that one as well.
Mary, is there any films in the Netherlands that you've watched that are like horror based that you really like?
Yes. If I translate it correct, it's Blackwater. And the whole movie, you get the vibe and the sense there's something paranormal going on.
Yep.
And at the end, oh my God, that she's really messed up in her head. That's the only thing I can say. I have 2 or 3 copies. I have to check. If I do have 2 copies, I send you one. But it's not so subtitled. I can speak in if you want to.
Well, if you want to put on a show, I've got at least 2 hours on this show, so carry on.
Well, And the ending, it was such a surprise for me. I thought, oh yes, finally a Dutch film
The
with
myth.
ghosts.
Yeah, The Mist is really, really good.
No, no,
Um,
no. Yeah, The Mist. I've seen that too. I've
uh,
seen many Stephen King's.
Always screaming in the dungeon and no one hears me. You're a lying shit. Do you know, right, guys? Right, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, Shane talks about a dungeon, right? And I'm going to be really honest with you, right? But that man has a golden. He is up. I mean, he's really up at the top of my list, right? But then that's my list, right? Shane used to be there until he's cheeked to me the night, right? But uh, he has like the golden room, a big poster bed, and everything. How could you not appreciate that? Kim, I mean, but that's all right, Shane. That's fine. Um, Janet says, last
Zombie
house on the left, chilling,
Yeah,
zombie flesh eaters. William says, love.
I don't like those
Uh,
zombie
no, for zombie films. Do you know what, guys? You've got a film that is French, right? And it's called Them, right? I can't say the French
I've
word for it,
seen it.
and it's called Them. And it's about a teacher who and a gentleman who's our fiance, and they are got this cottage, well, in the middle of nowhere, and they end up having kids terrorizing the life out of them. And honestly, it's one of those films that is dark. You know, that gives you when you look at the graphics, it gives you like a dark sort of appearance. But it's no black and white, if that makes sense. But I really, really, it makes it brilliant. You need to watch it, guys. You do get English subtitles with it. You just need to excuse the French. So the next thing you know, I really, really liked it. And what I really liked about the end is they gave obviously, you know how they say some films give you what happens next and where things are quite apt. What I learned about that film was it was actually based on a true life story. Um, because people had killed a teacher, and the lover, well obviously our fiance, and at the end they asked the kids, now bearing in mind the kids are 10 to 15-year old, and they asked the kids why they did what they did. Know what their answer was? Because they wouldn't play with us, was their answer. But it's dead. It's one of the movies you're like, oh holy shit, you know, thing me. But see what I find, guys. See films like what you're describing, what I'm describing. These films that are like that are actually quite good. That see the what they call as B movies. B movies are really, really good. Craig says, "Oh, I better watch my fat fingers because the last time I blocked somebody." Um, Halloween is what one for me made for just $300,000. Yep, it's good. Craig went most of the budget went on Panaglide cameras to allow it to follow the actor so efficient. I take it 2 minutes you'll be back, Lynn. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've already discussed that one, William. It's a really, really good one. What one did you prefer?
I
Uh,
know, I know another one, Blair Witch.
Oh, do you know? Are you a mind reader? We've got you and Janet in the chat tonight because that was one of the ones that I was going to talk about. Since you brought it up, Mary, you can talk about it.
In the beginning, I was thinking, oh my God, what a cheap ass movie. It's not
Yeah,
even a B movie.
yeah,
And going on into the film, things are happening. You find blood, the pebbles, you hear movements. And I think halfway I was sitting on the edge of the bench like this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But the ending, just standing in the corner, and
yeah,
it was such a low budget film, and
yeah,
it drew you in it.
yeah,
And there were even people who thought it was real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the whole idea. So that's why I like that one.
Do you know what? With the Blair Witch, like yourself, at first I thought it was a load of shit, and then I went back and I re-looked at it. And what I liked about it the most was, now my favourite genre with the films is found footage, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm quite addicted to the fact that it's the way it's filmed. So you've got the films like, the Die Hards and things like that are like filmed that way, but you've got then the found footage. You alright, love?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Si.
Okay.
Hi, Simon.
Hiya.
Oh, good man.
Hello.
Hello, lovely. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you very much. Are you?
Yep, I'm good, thank you.
This is Mary from the Netherlands.
Hello, Mary.
Hi.
This is Simon, my son.
Hi,
Nice to
Oh,
meet you. Nice to meet you. Well, I'm off.
nice to meet you.
right, bye, love. Bye, bye. So I find I like the found footages, right? So I went back and I watched Blair Witch, right, and I actually really liked it. The second film, right, I didn't oh sorry, there's three of them. I didn't like the second one. I didn't find that any good. But I liked the third one when he goes to find his sister. The only thing I would say about it was I didn't like it felt different, right? And people think he thinks I'm weird when I say this, right? But it felt different in the sense of it didn't have what like Blair Witch had, the with the found footage. Sort of, I would have loved to have seen that, but at the same time, one of the was brilliant. Have you ever seen one about the beautiful Scottish lady who had her hand bandaged and started killing people because the bandage was evil? Are you referring to this bandage, my friend? Cheeky devil. What series? I mean, I've got Noreen here who says I better watch my fat fingers because I'm getting fatter. Janet says that's another one people thought was real life. And the Crucible, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Totally. That Crucible blew my mind. I thought that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Really was.
But apart from that, when I went back and I watched it, I did like it. And I liked how, see when it's heavy rain, people don't get this when I say this, right? But see when I see the really, really heavy rain, I'll say, oh, it's Blair Witch weather. I'll say, oh, it's brilliant, it's the Blair Witch weather. So on Friday night, all I kept saying was, oh, this is the Blair Witch weather.
Yeah,
I've done Blair Witch. I've done it.
alright.
Yeah. I've done it, Mary, this Blair Witch thing years and years and years ago with a group of friends who was in my group, in my paranormal group. And we went up to the woods and we got the car. Well, I had my cameras and we sort of psyched ourselves up. We go, oh, it's coming quick. And we run. We done the run. The run through. We never tripped up once. I couldn't believe it. We went right the way through. And it was just so funny. I thought it was hysterical. Yeah, love that film.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. So, yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's great having the three ladies on. Oh, man. Craig says the original Nosferatu was creepy as hell.
Nosferatu.
I haven't seen that one.
With those two tooths on the front.
Yeah.
That bolt.
Yeah, they're like fangs, aren't they?
Yeah, at the front, that bolt with.
Yeah, and he's like this, isn't he? He's like this.
Yeah.
Did you know what I look like in the morning?
He's creepy. He's creepy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who I find creepy as hell, right? Now, everybody doesn't like this sort of film, right? But Human Centipede. I have watched the first one and the third one, A Human Centipede, but I will not watch the second one because I
don't know what
find
you
the
mean.
guy really creepy as hell.
I
Right?
don't
And
understand
seeing black and white, I find them really, really creepy. Like, oh my god, like, oh please don't. I didn't realise he was in the third one. So I'm sitting there watching the third one, but oh no, definitely no.
Yeah,
William
What do
hates
you
the found footage films.
yeah.
Janet, I mean, the found footage films is no for everyone. Janet says, have you ever seen Let's Scare Jessica to Death, another 1970s film?
No.
No.
See all the suggestions, guys, that you are bringing in with films tonight. I think I'm going to put them on my watch list.
Yes.
And
Very, very
definitely,
good.
No.
definitely watch
Has
it.
anybody ever seen Rose Red?
No.
Uh,
You've got to watch Rose Red.
is
You've
it
got
about
to.
hauntings and ghosts and
It's about a big giant house, right? So they're going to do an
yeah,
experiment in there. So you've got the local people from the university who's taken a
I've
glimpse.
seen it.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen it.
And there's a young girl that lives
Yeah.
in another town with a sister, and she
Yeah.
can move things with her mind. So the neighbours were horrible with her.
Yeah.
So she sort of went, it went, dee, 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 and she went, right. And all these big giant rocks started falling from the sky and smashed the house up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant
Oh,
film. Absolutely brilliant.
I can see it. What about you, Mary? What else type of films do you really like?
Normally, I watch a lot of movies with ghosts, spirits,
Yep.
hauntings, exorcisms. Uh,
Well, that would be the
yeah,
next one on the list. The one that made everyone sick and everyone ill.
but on the other hand, I like action movies.
Yep.
I've seen all Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I
all
freaking love
Stallone
him.
films,
Yep.
and I like fantasy. So
Uh-huh.
Harry Potter,
Yeah.
The
You
Ring.
know, that's one film I've never ever seen. Harry Potter, but my sister loves them. My
I've never
sister
seen him.
absolutely loves them.
Do you know what? I've took a client down to Harry Potter World in London when it
Oh
first
wow.
opened, and I stayed there because she loved all the Harry Potter stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed with it. She had
Yeah.
Tourette's. It was a bit of a drag.
I was completely.
Trying, but that
Yeah.
place is amazing, Mary. If you ever get a
I,
chance to go and see it, go and see it. It's
my
fantastic.
bank account won't allow it because I can't say no to those stuff. I see
Oh.
with the books, and I was so hooked on those books that
Uh-huh.
I looked at movies later.
Yeah.
A bit disappointed because the books are so much better, and you
Yeah.
have some idea about characters and some match with the movie and others don't.
Yeah.
And you miss certain things what happened.
Yeah.
So I watched them, and after watching them the second time, I appreciated them.
Mm-hmm. No, Noreen. Mary, I'm
Think
not Mary, I'm not talking to Shane. So just tell Shane that I'll answer his WhatsApps later on.
Oh,
Um,
Shane,
Noreen,
Shane, she's not talking to you. You're supposed to be in the basement, and she's not listening to your voice clip.
yes, I've had enough of your nonsense. The watch. Janet says, put the bat with Vincent Price. Vincent Price, oh my god, I love
yeah,
that guy. William puts Hammer House of Horror series from the 1970s by
absolutely.
Peter Cushing. No one beats the Hammer, and it feeds. I've never seen the ones. I'll tell you what. When we, oh
Ah,
that is effing it there to you.
Double.
Uh-huh.
The best
Do,
part of the Hammer House
do,
horrors, because they were good, like they were.
uh-huh.
The lady at the beginning and the end. So it's like they've got a woman, and it
The
was
nun.
they had her in a leotard, so it looked like she had no clothes on behind the
Yeah.
screen
Uh,
with the light shining behind
Yeah.
us. It just showed, and it was the music. Doon,
Oh, I
doon,
know.
doon,
No, I can imagine. Have you
doon,
guys
doon.
seen the film The House of the Corpses?
The
No.
Nun.
That's a pretty good one as well. So since Mary brought it up, we'll talk about it. Talk later, Missy. Oh, I love when you're dominant. Oh, don't you do that to me while I'm on a show.
Little careful.
Listen, just keep the belt out. I don't mind. He'll be like, oh,
My mind's running a million miles.
well.
I
Listen,
don't know the name. Maybe Greg knows it. There was a movie, I think, back in the 80s of the 90s, and that was about a serial killer, and he killed young women
yeah.
and made from their body fluids perfume.
Never heard
Yes,
of that one.
don't know the title, but I think it was French as well.
Uh-huh.
And you had about the wax museum.
Oh
and
yes.
Oh
House
yes,
of Wax.
with
is
all
that?
those
Oh my God,
House of Wax.
wax,
Yes.
with those
that.
pierced ear
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
perfume. Yeah,
she says, Dodie says, Silves Lot and Gothica.
also a
Yeah.
great movie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
So you've got the 1973 film of right. I can't say it. No. So Lynn can say it.
Which one?
Which one?
The Exorcist. I can't say it.
The
Just
Exorcist.
try.
Yes.
Exorcist.
The
Right.
Exorcist.
So that one. Now, when people obviously, what have I missed? Sinister.
You just
So
don't pronounce it.
I just thought. I tell you what. It's the same as cryptids. Doreen, what am I like? I can't say some words. So I get everybody else to pronounce it. It's so funny when I try and say it.
The Ring, Noreen. I
The
love
Ring
that.
is a good film as well, but see what I found about this film. Right, I watched it, and I know that obviously it was one of the ones that made people really, really ill. Is there not a cinema? In fact, Lynn, you would be able to tell it better than me. The cinema where people was beginning to be
Oh,
sick,
yeah.
and
Right. It was 1973, and people going crazy about this Exorcist. So, of course, because I was becoming a bit of a rebel, with me little clicky gang. Not that I was one. I wanted to be one, but I wasn't. I just thought it. And they were, oh, that Exorcist is on. So I was at home and I said to me, Mum, that Exorcist is on in the flicks, because we used to call the cinemas the flicks or the pictures.
Yeah.
Depends where it was. So I said, it's in the flicks. You're not going near there. But I want to go and see. You're in trouble. I mean, when my mum said that, you get a backhand. So I didn't argue with her. But they had nuns outside, not just around here, everywhere. There was people there. There was nuns there. There was vicars. There was the ambulance brigade. Everybody was there because people were going absolutely hysterical because they were thinking that they were getting obsessed and taken over by all these spirits. And do you know what? 30 years later, they brought it out on the anniversary.
Yeah.
So was it 30? Could have been 30.
I think
and I
so.
thought, you know what? I'm going to go and see this. I'm going to go and see what was so horrific about it. I sat there. In fact, Noreen, it was in Bebington. That's why I went to Bebington to see this, Noreen. And I was hysterical.
Yeah.
because when she started, I mean, some parts were quite good, but when she started swiveling her head round, and then it was like all this green soup.
Oh my God, that scene. Yeah.
And all, and it was everywhere. I was calling, do you know what? I said, reminds me of my daughter when she's on one.
Oh, do you know what? I was all right until I seen that scene because I can't deal with sickness. And all I had was a bit, and I'm like, oh my God, please. But I thought it was a great film. I mean, some viewers did suffer physical reactions, fainting, as you say, vomiting to the shocking scenes. But do you know actually many children was actually allowed to see it, and that leading to charges that the Motion Picture Association of America had accommodated by giving the film an R rating instead of an X rating. So obviously, at the end of the obviously the theatre run, the film made 193 million,
Wow.
and has a lifetime gross of 441 million, obviously including the release of it. It's the first horror movie to be nominated for an Academy Award for the Best Picture, as well as 9 others. It won the Best Adapted Screenplay, the Best Sound. It's got several sequels. But when you look at the plot, obviously it's set in Georgetown, Washington, D.C., and it's about a 12-year-old daughter, Regan, who obviously gets possessed. Now, I love watching the backstories of films,
Yes.
and one of the backstories to the film, well, this film, was apparently Annalise, what's her name? Annalise something, but that was what the film was kind of came off of. But I can imagine how people thought they were getting possessed and things like that. But I definitely, if you've not seen the film, I definitely recommend it.
Mass hysteria. It's mass hysteria because half of
Yeah.
these people, even when they were queuing up, they were looking for things.
Yeah.
Looking,
See,
and they
this
were
is
frightened to death.
see,
The
this is
actual horror.
sorry. William says that Annabelle horror. Noreen,
Yeah.
you can pronounce that one.
Arcadian.
See, I love my ladies. Afraid, Winchester, and Noreen says The Ring.
Yes.
But definitely, do you know what makes me laugh when I think of this film? Is that you know how films like to take the piss out of other films, and they'll take scenes from certain films
Yeah.
and they'll put them
Yes.
together, right? So
Yeah.
I like the one. It's a haunted house.
I've seen that, Will.
Of
The
Emily Rose.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I've not seen that one.
It's good.
The Fly.
Fly.
The Fly was actually a good film.
Yeah, makes you
Um,
better.
So the one that I had seen, obviously, was Haunted. Is it Haunted? Oh God, everything's going out my head tonight. So I watched that, and he'd see the scene where the priest goes up and peeks in, and he goes, "Fuck this," and he goes to run. Well, I'm in stitches because do you know what? I can imagine some priests actually doing that, like peeking in, and you can see this lassie going berserk, and he even took the piss here. He got up and down the bed like that. I was absolutely in stitches. I love
Yeah.
films to do that about the horror movies.
Like
Yeah.
Scary Movie.
Scary
Oh,
movie. That's
God.
Funny.
Funny as hell.
uh,
What's up?
do you know what? I love it. In one of the films that takes the piss out of the films, I
Yeah.
like the one with the bird, and the bird's in the cage, and the guy is going in the wheelchair up to the bird to say hi. In fact, wait till I find it. I don't know if YouTube will. Yeah, wait till you hear this, guys. It's hilarious. What I will say is, it's not my video. It's a video of, obviously, of one of the films. I'll say wheelchair guy because I can't remember his name. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. I'll try it. Why have you gave me? No, I don't want the shorts. See, YouTube, it changes all the time. Drives me nuts. Talk among yourselves to find it.
Okay, we ignore Willow.
What was the first horror film you ever seen, Mary?
The Entity.
Love it. I've got that as well. I love
Yeah,
that film.
my mom was a major horror fan.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of Stephen King films with her and
Yeah.
The Entity. And
That's the one where the woman is a
attacked by ghosts.
Yeah.
Spirits. Yeah. And at some points I had to laugh, other points my ears, my hands on my ears.
Yeah.
But the end, based on a real life story.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, guys, I have found this.
Yeah.
And it's Scary Movie 2 it comes from.
Go on then.
Hey, hey there, little guy. How you doing?
Look on, Four Eyes. I said, fuck off, Four Eyes.
Oh, kick your ass. Hey. You know, son, it's just a bird. Hello, birdie. You want to attack it?
Holly wants your mama's sweet ass. I said, Holly wants your mama's sweet ass.
You don't be talking about my mama, son. You don't know my mama, son.
I know your mama. I fucked her last night.
You want to be? Fuck you up.
Oh, I'm shaking.
Okay, listen, I'm telling you, hold on to, son.
Bitch, you're not welcome back to her haircut. Want a piece of me? Bring it on.
You hardcore you, son.
But honestly, I should have said strong viewers discretion advised on that one, guys.
Yeah.
And maybe if your YouTube bans me, I'm sorry, Mary and Shane. I'll make it up. I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you, Shane. Please forgive me. Like, I've seen that one with the big alligator. But yeah, Scary Movie 2. I just love that. I just love that wee parrot. Can you imagine? Mary's got parrots. Can you imagine if your parrot started speaking like that?
Well, I do have to tell. I have two birds, and a former boyfriend wanted to surprise me and clean the cages. So I told him, don't. They are mine. It's their territory. Don't. I use two birds, and I will do it. So I left for work. I thought, fuck it. So I came home. I had blood on the wall and on my furniture. So I said, what happened? He said, well, I got him out and he sat on my arm. And I wanted to clean out the cage and he bit me in his neck.
Oh my God.
And the other one said, moron. I pissed myself.
Oh my God.
At the same time when he shouted out, ouch, the other one said,
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I love parrots. And recently, let me tell you, there was a crime that was committed and they had a parrot and the parrot could tell the police everything.
Yeah.
Because it used to repeat the words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people say that parrots are not intelligent. Parrots are very, very intelligent. And
Very
Yeah,
intelligent.
they,
exactly. Why do you say moron if someone got bitten?
exactly. But honestly, when I seen obviously that scene had me in tears. I was actually crying with laughter because of how funny it was. But I love, you know what I love, guys? I love the sense of, I love my horror and I love my comedy, right? And I like when films, they have that, they take wee bits of films and they start taking the mickey out of it a day. I like it. But guys, we are going to be finishing in about 10 minutes. So what I would like for you guys in the chat is to tell me how you found the show. Because what I'm starting to do, obviously, this is the first show that we are doing with this. Hey Irene.
Hi.
Yay! Hey Irene, thank you for coming in. But I would obviously I'd like your thoughts and your feelings, guys, and how you found the show. Now, me and Richard will be doing the show, and everybody who is in my team is welcome to come in anytime and join us. And
Yes.
what we will be doing for the month of October is Halloween and horror movies. I love you too, Irene. And Noreen says the birds. So obviously the Halloween season, we will be doing Halloween and horror movies. I might extend it to actually November because obviously in the film world there's so many horrors, there's so many Halloween movies. So I might extend that just that bit while. When it comes to December, obviously Christmas movies I'll be doing because it's the Christmas theme. So what I'm trying to do is get you all into the the feeling of Halloween and Christmas. But this show I will continue doing because I really, really I found the show tonight to be really, really good and I have enjoyed. Hey Bobby, how
Hello.
you doing, my love? I found it really, really good. And it's something that I love talking about is films. I love talking about films and I like having a laugh.
Mm.
And I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna go and do that. So big announcement. I was having a thought last night to myself, guys, about obviously the shows because the shows are always in my mind. And I always think, what could I do better? What could I improve on? What could I change? But I'm not going to change anything. But what I'm going to change is the platform because I want to go further and get it out in more places. So I have my, I don't know what to call him right now for his cheek to me tonight. He's working right now for me. So I want to say a big thank you to Shane because I don't know what I would do without him or any of the guys, to be honest with you. The guys have been amazing. And without them, I wouldn't have these shows because, do you know what? Honestly, found the show on my news feed. Janet says, had a great time hanging with you guys. Thanks for having me. You're very welcome, Janet, anytime. I always like to make sure that everybody goes away happy. But definitely, it's been a good show and talking about, films and things like that. So this will be a permanent fixture. Wait till I stick my teeth back in, folks. Um, this will be a permanent fixture. Obviously, a Tuesday night, 7 p.m. UK time, talking about films. Now, we'll be talking about all sorts of films. This means, guys, that I have to talk about, and I absolutely hate romance films. But I know at some point I'll need to talk about chick flicks and romance films.
Oh,
I'm like, what? Pass the sick bucket. I'm like that when it comes to romance. Give me action, give me comedy, give me horror. My romance is taking somebody to see a horror movie like the Saw movie or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. That is my ideal of romance, by the way, folks.
Okay.
Oh,
None of your William Shakespeare, none of your Romeo and Juliet, or Titanic.
I like
Even
a bit of
though,
romance now and again.
oh,
Because I don't get any.
eh,
Only because I don't get any, so I just like to watch.
oh, my honey, wait till I get you a bit cuddle through, through, through the screen, through the screen. But yeah, it will be good. I won't be touching as much on science fiction, because obviously I can't say anything. I've had to have my mouth shut, but I can't go into that area. So please don't think that I don't like it. Keeps you out of trouble, saves you bullying the old people. The old people bully the old people bully me. You see, by witness. I might actually need to go to the hospital either tomorrow or Thursday. When I've got somebody to watch my boy. Bobby says, glad to have caught this show on my feed. Now I can follow anytime, Bobby. As I said, I'm thinking ahead of the shows now. And this one will always be here on Tuesday night, guys. And it will be a laugh, and it will probably be a bit rowdy, but nothing out the Oh, Bobby says my family came from the Netherlands about 400 years ago. So no,
To be honest, his last name gives it away.
Yeah, of course it does.
yeah. So it's not been that long, really, Bobby. But I've actually interviewed Bobby before. He's really, really nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, guys, so we will be here. We will be talking about different things. I suppose when it comes to February, I will need to do romantic films because it's Valentine's. I want another horror. I want another Halloween. Honestly, why can we not replace it with another Halloween? You know?
Yeah.
But it's been good, and it's been good to have obviously you ladies in with us. Bobby says thanks. But you're very welcome, Bobby. But as you guys can tell, my throat's starting to give it.
It is. It is.
So guys, definitely tune in next Tuesday. We will be carrying on the Halloween theme. I might have my co-host, I might have somebody else, I don't know.
No.
But tune in, guys. On Thursday, we will be, well, tomorrow in Paranormal Mischief, it'll be on 8 p.m. UK time and 9 p.m. As I say, the Netherlands time.
Yes.
So, Mary, what's happening then?
Well, a lot of paranormal and not so paranormal, but we're taking a piss of everything and we jump down the rabbit hole.
No, do you know what? That just sounds like pretty much every day. Thursday, listen, you've got to have a laugh. See, when you're doing podcasts, guys, it's about having a laugh.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, I do have my serious side, and we have done serious shows before, but you've got to have your laugh as well. Definitely, definitely. On Thursday, guys, we will be talking on the Mystical Carousel show. We will be talking about historic people in the paranormal. The other people who, hello, Central Massachusetts Paranormal Society. That's a big name. I have to get my
I know.
tongue round.
Thinking that.
Welcome to the show. You're very welcome, Joanne. It's one of those ones that that it's never been done. I've never done in my show, and I thought, well, why no strip back to people that have been in the paranormal way before us, and talk about them. So that's what's happening on Thursday. On Friday, guys, we are going to, because it's Halloween month, and I just absolutely adore Halloween. And Mary gave me the idea for the month of Fridays. I am going to be doing Halloween theme. So we will be talking about the history of Halloween and how Halloween managed to come round. So that will be a really interesting one. Lynn, are you there on Friday?
What?
Who, me?
Yeah, Lynn, are you there on Friday?
Let me have a look. I'll tell you now. 1 second.
Oh,
What?
see if she's not there on Friday, guys. I'm going to phone her work and tell her that there's an emergency.
Yeah.
There's going to be.
I shall tell you now. I think it could be a long day for me Friday.
I
guys.
hope no. Please, please, please,
Let
please,
me have
please,
a
please,
look.
please.
No, I don't finish. I start at early and I finish at 10 o'clock.
Oh balls! Oh
Yeah,
bollocks!
sorry, guys. But you've
Well-
got me tonight. You've got me tomorrow. You've got me Thursday.
Oh, so you're doing 3 days instead this week?
And I'm free
Oh.
Saturday night and Sunday night as well. But not
Well,
Friday.
okay,
Friday.
Lynn, just you slap me the number of your work and I'll phone them and tell them that there's an emergency. Oh,
Song on
on
Friday.
Friday, yes, because it's Noreen's birthday, guys.
Oh,
So I'll be singing happy birthday. By the time that Friday comes, I'll probably have no voice, but that's okay. I'll still sing to you. I'll mime it.
you have to sing it in Marilyn Monroe style.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll be like this. Hello, Mr. President. It's all right, Noreen. Don't you worry, darling. I will sing it to you. I might find a cheeky one just because you've been cheeky to me tonight, lady. I just might find you a cheeky birthday song. But yeah, for MD who's never watched my shows, we always do one on a Thursday, Friday. Thursday show is 9 p.m. UK time. Friday's 8 p.m. UK time, and this show is honestly, I've got one that's 7, 8, and 9. So 7 p.m. UK time. So when I realised that I had a 7, 8, 9 one, I said to Lynn, tonight, this is funny, guys. Come on, what time was it? About 6:30?
Yeah.
Thinking I started later, but I didn't, and I'm like, yeah, it's just like, oh my god. So I need to remember me, cheeky. Aye, you cheeky Noreen Hill. I'm watching you. But definitely, guys, check out our shows. Check out, please, our page. Now, I really, really want to grow our page. Our page is NWS Multiverse Network. Come along. It will be. I can start streaming at the end of October. Onto the network, so I'll be happy with that. But check us out. Also check out the Things in the Netherlands. And check out on YouTube as well. You can find them on YouTube. And Raven Paranormal. The Raven Paranormal. I suppose I'll promote Shane if they're his cheek tonight. So check them out, guys. See Shane. Aye. Bobby says, okay, I have to go. I'll be back in my best Terminator voice. They are good films, Bobby. I absolutely love the films. But yeah, guys, please check them out and please support them in every way. Even Things Network, guys, please go and check out because you get different shows. And with the network that I'm building alongside Mary, Shane, and Nick, there will be different podcasts. If you are interested in doing a podcast for ourselves, please drop us a message and let us know, guys, because we could be doing my shows as well. But definitely, I hope everybody's had fun. I hope you have a good Tuesday night. I hope you enjoy the rest of the week, guys. Check us out tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time for the Paranormal Mischief. I do too many podcasts. And do you know what, guys? I'm exhausted tonight. I don't know how I pulled this one off. I must have pulled this one out my ass. But definitely, guys, everyone take care and we will see you soon. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.